waya, kaya ata mash.
Repent for your materialism, vanity, love of money, pride, and other ungodly ways. Repent, for the kingdom of God has come near to you. Humble yourself in His sight, and He will lift you up. Do you hear the voice of God speaking to you today? Seek the Lord while He may be found. Call upon Him while He is near. Do you see your streets empty? Do you see your city closed? The sin has run rampant for too long, and the cup of God's wrath has filled up.
Listen to me. The Bible came to life, these more than scriptures to me. When I'm in the spirit, them demons keep their distance from me. The prophets is back, and we ain't missing a beat. They'll eventually see. The time is now. Pick your Bible up, put them idols down. Posted on the chief cornerstone, we on solid ground. The Israelites are active, who gon' calm us down? Messiah gon' rule a planet this time around. Humble said, we gotta repent. Not a lie was told. Fourth quarter, ballers in our court, this ain't the time to fold. Oppression could make a man into solid gold. Dreaming dreams I see better when my eyes are closed. The Sunday church is listening, like it makes sense now. I never heard the Bible quoted this way. Some Gentiles listening like they more than just slaves. They the children of God, teach us the laws, we want to be saved. Question, if they fully repented and started learning the faith, would Abba turn them away? If you say yes, is your response strictly based on what the Bible say? Or cause of the curses we under due to our father's ways? Oppression make a wise man mad, I get what you trying to say. Cause sometimes I be feeling like Moses when he saw a Hebrew beat by 2 Egyptian soldiers. But can I alter his judgment just because I'm enraged? Is Abba playing them kind of games? And is his mind the same? I ain't got the answers, I just trying to find a way. Wayasha Yara, Shayar, Kadash, La Amar, Lakna, Lakwakath, Atha Hasapar, Wala Pathak, Atha, Kamata Wayal, Kaya Ata, Mashakata, Wabadama, Kanayath, La Alahayam, Makal, Mashapaka, Wala Shawan, Wakal, Amwipe White. That was Revelation 5 and 9. They can see that we bout to rise, so that's why they plotting on our demise. I look back at the lies and how they capitalize, like why we still divided. Oppressor cornered you, he has a gun. Before he pulls the trigger, would he ask what camp you from? Or where you fellowship? Something ain't adding up. New generation breaking barriers, we had enough. Listen to me. The Bible came to life, these more than scriptures to me. When I'm in the spirit, them demons keep their distance from me. The prophets is back, and we ain't missing a beat. They'll eventually see.
We are living in the end times. The end of all things is upon us. Do you see what is going on around you? Repent, for the kingdom of God has come near to you. Humble yourself in His sight.
Repent or perish with the rest. The weight of sin on me was heavy, now I carry less. I read the word, applying scriptures to my very best. I feel like a pallbearer the way I bury flesh. Yo, the rock, in your verse, it makes sense what you said. This land is dreadful, but not because we both rockin' dreads. Hypothetically, I hope that don't go over their heads. Cause the wisdom like projectors, it goes over their heads. Yeah, the spirit's my direction, so I go where it led. See, the masses need connection, but they soulless instead. Okay, I get it. Proverbs, money, answer all things. But I'm like sesame seeds, cause I'm over the bread. Living outside my flesh, spirit vexed. I was a slave of sex, spirit depressed. I felt like I was possessed. How can I deal with the stress? The spirit inside of me left, Superman without the S. My spirit was a mess, yeah. I did my best, couldn't afford the time. Like a protect, should've got left. But he protect, repent, he will not reject. Defensive, won't leave you blessed. It took me a while, yeah. to see is real. I used to cry myself to sleep for real. Demons and the beast is real. Fast them out, that's an easy kill. Oh, so you perfect still. Some of us don't keep it real. He get the credit, no visa bill. The most high, he gave me talent. Metaphors with ease for real. Netflix, no need to chill. No flex, y'all need to chill. Flow steam like tea for real. Follow laws, they all apply. Hamashiach is my lead for real. Whole team keep it feast for real. Passover coming, but I gather during quarantine. Man, I swear I feel I'm getting closer with more war than peace. Never seen angels riding with them. That's a war machine from morning to eve. They gon' swarm the evil, but they more than bees. Matthew 24, 2nd Esdras, chapter 16. Better read, it's not a magazine. No picture painting these. Face the ease, get the message please, or face the lack of peace. In the siege, you gon' fold their eyes like the Maccabees. Hold on.
Desperate to live, afraid to die. They deceive you. Your money gets your focus on the wrong things. The sins of the flesh will lead you to destruction. We must repent for the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. Do you see the suffering around you?
Here come the boom. Look who just stepped in the room. Got soldiers in every direction. As long as they steppin' in tune. I been all black with the groom. Watching Babylon fall to a doom. Lord know I'm ready and I know that you know that her love is deadly, but I am immune. These niggas talking rude to whom? That's a spot, you'll be moving soon, and you'll be leaving shortly. Still walking with them angels, yeah, they still enforce me. Got a whole lot of zeal, I can't get it off me. Plus I'm winning like I got a blue ribbon on me. He ain't one what, bitch, I beg your pardon. See, I knew these niggas like to do that pillow talking, so that's why I bought a Glock to the slumber party. Got it off the dust. I just began to it pretty much. That brotherhood of weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. If it ain't one West nigga, hush. I don't wanna hear it, keep the tone down. Had a couple complications, but it's on now. So you can kill it, speculation, bitch, I'm thrown down. And if you want a conversation, set his zone down. What he say, I ain't hear him, I done zoned out. Can't walk, this a low mile. I'm 44, I'm on another level with it. These niggas never listen, so I let the devil get his ass. I try to tell him, I'm a rebel nigga. Better be careful if you ever think I'm stepping in my path. Cause it ain't no game, stay in your lane. Now I'm playing twisted metal with his ass. Got it off the dust. I just began to it pretty much. That brotherhood of weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. Revenge to my main bitch, I think I got a crush. And she know that I got some sick shit inside me. Bitch, you know it should be K versus everybody. Got the time, move the buttons like you Teddy Riley. Now I race through the track like a Ricky Bobby. Got it off the dust. I just began to it pretty much. That brotherhood of weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. Gotta keep it with me, it's a must. Got it off the dust. I just began to it pretty much. That brotherhood of weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. If it ain't one West nigga, hot.
Deaconwood to go Deaconwood. Playing with me, this is Deacon's hood. They say that boy Deacon good.
This is the birth of a nation for real. We spiritual killers, no Hollywood. I'm from the alleys of Rainier Valley, in particular Hollywood. Listen, I come from Crippin', where niggas is trippin' and grippin' the shoddy wood. Niggas be getting too deep, but just stick to the milk because milk does a body good. Modern day Moses, like Moses, I'm leading my people about this captivity. And I ain't gonna stop till my people on top and they all set at liberty. Look, I ain't indulging, exposing these Edomites' wicked activity. And I think the month of February is way too short for black history. Yeah. I am an activist, I'm calling Kaepernick way above average. The man from Nazareth, he is immaculate. I am the catalyst, I was like Lazarus, I ain't gon' stop. I keep the matches lit, Kodak should capture this. Sync on your battleship, precision accurate, flow is so hazardous. I just pray I'm taking up when the rapture hit, Lord. I got a lawyer upstairs, so I'm beating the case. I'm never tripping at all, I'm just keeping the faith. Before the judgment is the season of grace. So every morning, what you do? I'm seeking his face. My sisters don't like their natural look at all, they want heathen hair. My brothers just kill their young brothers in the streets and don't even care. It's time for me to start educating, separating the wheat from tares. And niggas get cooked when it comes to the beef in the streets, but the beef is rare. Ride like a motorist, I am a chauvinist. Hit hard like Kovalev, on point like Obelix. You didn't notice it, killing these vocalists. Hip-hop is over with, got it on lock. You cannot open it, call me a socialist. We do not coexist, this how you supposed to spit. I'm never soldierless, call on the Lord till my data is over it. Woo! My flow is on top of the game, I ain't coming down. We taking over the mainstream and the underground. We can't even let our kids outside to run around. Police are policing the streets trying to hunt us and gun us down.
That boy Deacon good.
Yo, shalom, shalom. I'm your big Aki Aramaya.
It's your brother Tahuan Mayam.
Your brother Zion.
Welcome back to Iron Council. Hey, where the applause, where the new stuff at? Hey, bringing it in live. Right? We appreciate y'all, man, joining us for another Iron Council podcast, another episode. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. I got like a little bit of a cold, so bear with me. Before we get started, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. We want to go ahead and let's go ahead and do the precept before I forget. I don't want to forget that. Let's get that Proverbs 27:17, and then I want to jump into a few things.
Con. This is Proverbs 27, verse 17. Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friends.
So this is what we are doing. We're sharpening iron sharpening iron. We got a brotherhood, councilhood, where we come together and we discuss the things that's going on in the world today, and you see a biblical principle behind it. Let us know if y'all hear everybody okay. If not, please put a 1 in the chat. Let us know in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Hey, brothers might not be heard pretty well. But if so, put a 2. I hope I said that right.
We got some comments. Tazia says, Shalom Kings, all praise to the Most High. Shalom Akim and Akwat of our great nation. Shalom, brother. We have Yashaya 777, Shalom, brothers. We got Carol Wilson, Shalom.
Yeah, you got it.
We got from Egypt to Israel, Shalom Akim, Shalom. And everybody saying, what do you say? One means good.
One means good.
Yeah,
I said that right.
They
all praises.
They put ones in there.
Hey, like I said again, we appreciate y'all, man, for joining us for another Iron Council podcast. I want to go ahead and jump into a exhortation of the nation. Look, you was ready, huh? Look at you, bro. Hold on now. He was gonna click us off, bro. Hey, so an exhortation of the nation. I want to go ahead, like I always do, like I always like to exhort all the camps that are out there pushing this word in truth in all sincerity, man. They're out there doing the work, and the brothers that are getting ready and getting built up to go out there and teach as well, right? They got that brotherhood. They're even if they're not, they're getting built up in this truth. So they're doing their part, doing their work, getting ready to be built up, get out there and teaching. You know what I'm saying? Spreading the word by any means possible, by building this nation by any means possible, man. Right? The sisters that are out there being honorable, daughters of Sarah, right? That are out there being submissive to their husband, bringing peace to their husband. That's a good. That one deserved a drop. That one deserved a drop.
Thank you.
That last one deserved a bomb drop. Bringing peace to their husband. Yes. Right? That are being faithful and loyal, consistent, dedicated to help building the nation of Israel in righteousness. Man, we need that more than ever because the world is going to hell in the handbasket, man. So it's a lot of things out there that's happening. We ain't going to be able to touch on everything, but we do have some things that we want to bring out. So just again, an exhortation to the nation, all the camps. I mean, your favorite camp, Sons of Jacob out there. You know what I'm saying? All the way to, all the way down to IUIC, all the way down to ISUPK.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those brothers, they out there pushing work too. You know what I'm saying? But you got right. So, but man, yeah, we just exhorting all the camps, man, all the brothers that's out there pushing this truth, man. So we want to say a big shalom and tawadaf, man, for all that work and laborious work, man. So, bro, I came across a question, bro.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I came across the question, bro. And I wanted to see what y'all thought on these questions, bro. Okay. And we know we had a common one, so I kind of want to start with the one that was common. And I don't think everybody was around on the last Feast of Tabernacle when we brought this question out. So I'm going to ask y'all, if there was an animal that y'all thought was more like y'all, what animal would you think was more like, and why?
Like me?
Yeah.
A sloth. No, I shouldn't say that. A sloth, not because of the sin, though.
Okay. You sticking with the sloth, though?
I mean, I'm cool. I'm chilling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slow to speak.
All right.
A cool ferret. I think my spirit is a ferret.
This man said a ferret.
Hey,
yeah, you heard me?
Hey, your brother said a ferret.
Look.
Bro. Hey.
Look.
What do ferrets do?
That's a good question. I just think.
Why would you say a ferret?
I think a ferret is an underrated. I think people underestimate me, and so you know how we underestimate ferrets. I think that's how y'all view me, bro.
Okay. You
know what I'm saying?
So what is it? What kind of attribute does a ferret have that you would be like?
Yeah, it's really a cold hard killer. Everybody think they tough until a ferret jumps on them.
You know what? I did have an incident in a pet store.
Right.
My mama gonna laugh at this. It was a ferret. He did look, they all cute, cuddly looking. Mm-hmm. I got too close to the cage, and I had my starter jacket, old school. Everybody had this. You remember the starter?
Yeah. I had two of them.
Yeah. He got a hold of my jacket and he would not let it go.
Right.
I had to call for help for him to let it go. The owner at the store had to come and keep thumping his nose for him to let go.
Dang.
So
you know how they flick their nose? They be trying to flick them off. Yeah.
So they can be underestimated. I'll give you that. They can be.
A little bit. I think I want to say for me, a Rottweiler, right? That's what I want to say.
No bear?
But
No bear?
I'm leaning more towards a bear.
What the hell? Is this dude's whole logo? It's a grizzly bear.
I'm leaning more towards a bear, right?
Right.
I want to say a Rottweiler, but I lean more towards a bear. Man, I had like you mentioned the starter jacket. I had a Chicago Bears. What was it? I'm not sure. Was it Chicago Bears?
Mhm.
Yeah, Chicago Bears starter jacket, bro. That thing was. I love that jacket, man. That was very nice jacket. Very nice jacket. But yeah, it's just something to think about. You know what I'm saying? What you kind of think about yourself. This brother think himself as a ferret. Brother think of himself as
I don't know why that's funny. It's
a
honestly
gangster sloth over here. But yeah, it is what it is, man. What else we got?
Are we doing the questions right now? Are we saving them?
Brother.
Oh, give the questions.
Brother, come on now.
I got you. All right, my
My
question.
question is, who do you think is underrated in the Bible? What is a person that you might not think Israelites talk about enough? You know how people be like, dang, Moses is still underrated. What is a underrated underrated person in the Bible?
I think, you mind if I go?
Go ahead.
All right. I think coming into the truth, people start to learn a lot more about their ancestors in the Bible that they didn't know before. So when you talk about the truth, coming into the truth, man, we really do a pretty decent job of exhorting people. I think you have I want to say characters, but Israelites that weren't mentioned a lot, like Clement. Clement in Acts, he was dedicated to the ministry, diligent, right, nigh unto death, right, with Paul.
Right.
So he was pretty gangster. He was pretty hard. A lot of people I think underestimate that brother, and there's a lot of disciples or prophets that wasn't really mentioned and made known that's estimated. So I think that's a really good question.
I'm stuck between two people. Okay. First one's gonna be Captain of War. Yeah, I believe his name
is General.
No, Captain of War. I'm saying it right. I think I'm saying it right. It's I want to say Joab. Am I tripping?
Okay.
Joab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just I wanted to say
okay. Yeah, I can see that.
So Joab because
was he a mighty man or something?
Because there's man, I might have to get it, but it was like he was telling David to come over here before they named the city after me.
Okay.
That's hard. Mm-hmm. That is hard.
You better come over here.
Yeah, he said you better come over here before they start naming this after me.
Right.
And my second one is Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua, bro. Joshua chapter 10 is one of my favorites.
You think Joshua's underestimated?
Yes, bro. Nobody talks about this a lot.
Taj, y'all said that in the chat.
Hey, I heard Joshua was a juggernaut. He's like a juggernaut is like, it's like I don't know if it's based off of the comic books or the comics is based off of reality. But in the comic books, Juggernaut is like, once he has momentum, just a little bit of momentum, you will not be able to stop him. He's unstoppable, basically. So they said Joshua the Juggernaut. I've heard that. I've heard that before.
Really?
So I never thought Joshua.
Well, okay, maybe I should say
see that.
What I say is like underestimated is just nobody talks about the sun being stopped. Nobody talks about that, bro. True. And he said that the Lord hearkened unto the voice of a man. Bro, come on, man.
Yeah.
Can I get it? You want me to get it?
Of course, yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is an Israelite podcast.
Okay, let's go. This is Joshua chapter 10. Let's get this right quick. Joshua chapter 10. And it says this. It says, this is Joshua 10 and 12. And spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ajalon. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Now, I was thinking if I was in Joshua's shoes, I would not, bro, I would be expecting a lightning bolt to come strike me down.
Yeah.
If I look up to the heavens and I said, let's see, verse 12 says, and spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ajalon. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is it not this written in the book of Jasher? We know the actual book of Jasher, not the current one that's out. So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven and hasted not to go down about a whole day. And there was no day like that before it or after it, that the Lord hearkened unto the voice of a man, for the Lord fought for Israel. That's hard.
That's tough.
I don't think that got talked enough.
So I agree with that. And if you don't mind, I want to touch on it just a little bit. It said, so Joshua, okay. So I think maybe a couple of episodes ago, we talked about your eternal thought, like internal thought, like what you think about over and over again, you become, right? So a man thinketh. We did a podcast there, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So Joshua 1:6, it says, be strong and of good courage, right? So Joshua was always being told to be strong and of good courage. Be strong and of good courage. Be strong and of good courage. So what do you think he was? Strong and of good courage, right?
That's right.
Right? Because he was always being told that. I'm sure he was always thinking that. Be strong and of good courage. I'm going to finish it out. It says, for unto this people shalt thou divide and an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. I got another precept. It says, Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 16, it says, let us therefore come boldly to the throne of grace, right? It says that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. So I brought that out to say, because Joshua was always being told to be strong and of good courage, he was always in a spirit of boldness, right? Which is tough. That's a mighty spirit, being bold. And a lot of people, I think, today are afraid to stand in that spirit because humiliation can come where they can be wrong, right? But that spirit of boldness is the spirit that Christ walked in, that the disciples walked in, that Joshua walked in, right? And we're supposed to come in that same spirit too, right? That spirit, and a lot of people don't know that all of the prophets was masculine and very manly people. They were very manly men, right? Big old beards, right? Like this guy, right? Big old manly beards, man. So, but yeah, that's a good one. I like Joshua. What say you, Lahawan?
I want to touch on the point. Shalom, Officer Mahar, mighty officer.
Shalom.
We actually discussed this in reading class. Last week? The account, of the sun standing still. That's a mighty account.
It is.
But we rarely hear about the account with Hezekiah, and this is a more plain account. It's one. It explains it in 2 Kings, but this is a plainer account showing what happened. This is Isaiah 38. We'll start at 5. Go and say to Hezekiah, thus saith the Lord, the God of David thy father, I have heard thy prayer, I have seen thy tears. Behold, I will add unto thy days 15 years, and I will deliver thee and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria, and I will defend this city. And this shall be a sign unto thee from the Lord, that the Lord will do this thing that he hath spoken. Behold, I will bring again the shadow of the degrees which is gone down in the sundial of Ahaz, 10 degrees backward. So the sun returned 10 degrees, by which degree it was gone down. The writing of Hezekiah, king of Judah, when he had been sick and was recovered of his sickness. So the son went backwards. That's a mighty account. That's
That
a
is
mighty account.
So you going with Hezekiah being underestimated?
No.
Okay.
That
just made you think of
that made me
this.
think.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, I got you. Because that's another account, like
Right,
you said.
right. I'm gonna say Jonah. We don't hear about the mighty act. You know, you hear it in Sunday school. Jonah, you know, the whale.
Yeah.
But if him as a prophet, what did he say to make Nineveh? What did he say for the entire city of Nineveh to repent?
True. Right.
Everybody from the king to the bondman, like what?
That's crazy. That is crazy.
The animals.
That
The
is-
animals put on sackcloth, like had to have sackcloth and fast. What did he say?
Yeah.
Like
That is true.
You hear about how, you know, the black Hebrew Israelites, they teach hate, they're harsh, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't make a whole city repent.
Right.
What did he say?
Mm-hmm.
I would say Jonah is underestimated because
Bro.
that was mighty.
Like what did I think Mahar probably said it first. He said it damn near take a whole camp for one.
For one. For one person.
So that is a mighty task.
Yeah.
That's a mighty task, man. Just to get somebody to actually repent, turn away from their sins.
I'm saying Jonah is definitely underestimated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. Hey, that was a good question, man. I need some more of those.
Take-
bro.
take-
Got something else, bro?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put mine to the side because
Yeah, I'm
mine
putting
was
mine to
like
the
What the?
mine
Okay.
wasn't even that
Okay.
good,
Mine,
bro.
man.
So
I'm gonna go back to the drawing board.
right.
Man. Your favorite chariot memory. I don't care if you've seen it for 1 second, 3 seconds. A object that you believe is a chariot of God that you've seen. Your favorite chariot memory. I'll go first.
Okay.
My favorite one, man. So, well, hold on. This was we might have the same one,
The same
Thawon.
account,
So you might so I won't go into his story, but I'll go into my part of it, man. So I go out and I'm at work right now, right? So we vacuum whatever. So man, you gotta tell the story. I think you're better at
I
it.
want to hear your, because I didn't hear your whole side of it. Like,
Yeah.
I want to hear how yours went.
So we was on the phone. We was in meditation station. This is a chat that brothers like to convert. Get your bread in.
Hey, can you explain what a chariot is to people that might not know?
Pressure. All right. Chariot is
It's what the world calls.
yeah the UFOs.
UFO,
Yeah.
yeah.
So a lot of people look up in the sky. They think it's a shooting star, when it could turn out to be a chariot. And as the world called it, UFO, but we actually call it an IFO, identified flying object, because we know what that's in the Bible. But so I think I heard Thawon say something about go outside and see these, like, you see these 3 stars moving around, whatever. I go outside and bro, it was like a goddamn rocket, bro. It was not how Thawon described it, because the one I saw was so bright, so vivid, and it was so fast, and it just zoomed across the sky. Now remember, we're looking for what Thawon said he saw. We was looking for that, but I saw something that Thawon didn't see. I saw a different chariot moving. I think it was a bigger flash, and it was going in a straight line. So that was just crazy how one brother saw chariots and was like, go look at these. And I ended up seeing a whole nother chariot that nobody else saw. And it was just sensational.
Sensational.
Yeah, that same account. Like, I was outside getting groceries out the car. And, we constantly in the chat talking.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just, doing daily random stuff. I'm going to get groceries out the car. We talking. That's what we do almost every day. Then I look up. First, it was a helicopter. That was weird in itself. We discussed this in one of the episodes. It was like that was strange enough. A helicopter hovering real low. And then the helicopter, I thought it was like life flight or something because it was going toward the hospital. and it was flying low, so I thought it was going to land, but it didn't land. It turned back around, and it focused on me. It stopped and looked at me. I'm like, damn, it's looking at me. Like, what? Soon as that happened, that's when I saw the chariot. And I was like, look, when you heard me say, look in the air. It was like at least 3. May have been 4 spots. I was like, it looked like what looked to be stars, and they was kind of amber colored. And I was like, it wasn't no stars right there. As soon as I thought that, they started moving.
Damn.
They started moving, like wherever they maneuvered, wherever they wanted to go. Like, just like it was described in Ezekiel. That's what they look like.
That's what's up.
Then the helicopter left, and they just slowly, they moved around some more, and then they just disappeared. Like, and that was like an undeniable one. Like, that was undeniable right there. So that's my account.
My account was, I believe this was the day. We're coming in from, I think we were talking about so-called UFOs, right? And my daughter was like, I really want to see one. I believe it was this day. I don't want to try to mix 2 days up, 2 accounts up, but she's like, I really want to see a UFO or a chariot. She's like, I just want to see one day. And we're outside. This is nice weather, cool. It's all, out here where we live, you can see the stars very well. Where our mother lives, you can see it even better. But here where I live, you can see the stars pretty well. So we're looking up in the sky, and we start to see these things moving across the sky. And I'm like, was it me? Was it you? Because I think we had you. I think you came out, or I had you start getting people from inside the house. Right? So it was me, you, Lakai, your mama, and I even think you went to go get Cynthia and and Donnell.
Yeah,
because we was like, what is this? What is this?
Like,
and your sister and
they was moving. They was moving in the sky. Yeah, they was.
And I think your sister was like, she don't believe in UFOs or something.
Yeah,
like that.
she was just weird.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, so what is that then? And she's like, I don't know what that is. So yeah, that was pretty much my account on
right.
My main account on a UFO. Lord willing, I can see a better one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to come see a better one, but
hey man, if it gets better than what I saw, bro, I don't know.
But I'm kind of hesitant too, just based off of the dream I had. So that leads me to my question.
Yeah.
What dream of a biblical based dream that you might have had when you was in the truth? What kind of dream that you might have had? What kind of dream would you have had in the truth? I'm trying to say it the best way I can, but what y'all got?
A biblical dream.
Yeah, you got a dream that might have been biblical that you remember?
Yes.
Bring it on.
Y'all heard it before. I'm gonna say it. It's random. It's kind of what. It was a bunch of animals, like a big variety of animals.
Yeah, tell this one.
And I was feeding the animals, and like the animals, like I could feel their spirit. Like kind of like y'all seen Avatar, like you kind of linked with like.
They got that little hair and they link it with the hair.
Like a spiritual communication with something like that.
Okay.
Telepath.
I had like a trail mix type feed that I was feeding all the animals, and all the different animals was getting their favorite thing out of the mix because it was a mixture or whatever. Then I saw the elephants. They was having a hard time getting the peanuts out of the out of the mix. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get them their own peanuts. So I got the peanuts, and then they was eating the peanuts or whatever. And I was like, damn, I got the salted peanuts. Damn, I wonder if it burned their nose. But it didn't, because like the elephant, the telepath, they communicated to me like, thank you so much for these peanuts. Like, You know how the elephants, how they be looking happy, they be shaking, like looking happy or whatever,
Right.
shaking their ears and stuff. That's what they was doing, and
That's
that was the end of the dream.
Mm.
And how is that biblical? That's when we had a class on this, the covenant, the Adamic covenant
Right.
with the animals will be restored.
That's
Where
right.
we can communicate with wild beasts. Just like you could tell your dog to go sit down, sit and all that, you'd be able to tell a lion or a bear to do the same thing.
They'll have that understanding.
Right.
Right. That's in Job chapter 5, I believe. What you got, King?
I don't got one.
You got one you remember?
Yeah, I don't. Maybe I just can't remember it. I don't know.
I think I get quite a few dreams, man. I don't know why I have so
You
many
get
dreams.
crazy ones, man.
I be having some crazy, like, crackhead dreams, man.
Yeah,
like crackhead.
Yeah.
Like I got random dreams.
Yeah,
but,
like,
yeah, no, you got it.
I was just saying there was more, but like recalling them,
it's hard to remember every detail because like when you wake up, your dreams kind of fade. Like it's weird.
I remember mine though.
They be so vivid.
I think mine be so emotionally attached.
I hate to say this, they weren't
why.
dreams.
Right, it was actually real. Well, this one right here, man, it was almost an embarrassing act. So this one definitely stood out to me. So I'm like, it was kind of a multiple type of dream in one. So I'm sitting on my couch. First came into the truth. I'm sitting on my couch. There was nothing going on. The doors was open. Summertime. No TVs was on. I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden I get the urge to go up, and I have reading the Bible of Deuteronomy talking about putting the laws on the doorpost of your door. So I get up. I get the feeling to go up and do that with a marker, and I'm writing on the doorpost, and I turn and look. Boom, blackout. Right. So it's like a flash that blacked me out, right? Next thing I know, I'm walking back outside. I'm walking back outside, and I see Zion and Kalea come in from the grocery store, and I'm going out there to help them. And I'm like getting the food out of the back of the car, and I'm like, oh look, there's a chariot right there.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm like, oh man, that's a chariot out there, bro. Look at it. And I'm like, hey, come over here. I'm like trying to play around, knowing good and well that the chariot in my head, knowing the good well the chariot's not gonna come over here. But boom, all of a sudden the chariot comes close, sucks me up. I'm stuck to the outside of the chariot like this, like a fly on the windshield, and then I end up in the chariot. And the next thing I know, after I end up in the chariot, I don't know what happened in there, but I do remember me waking up in the garage, and I'm like naked, right? And I come out of the garage, and I'm dazed and confused, and everybody's in the house, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, what's going on? And everybody was like, you was gone for months. You was gone for months. And I'm like, oh my gosh. It was like I wasn't gone that long. Bro, that was a terrifying dream, bro. I was very
terrifying.
Very terrified. So to see a chariot up close, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be too excited no more. Bro, I was definitely scared from that one, man.
My next question is favorite man. God saved me out of this one moment. I repeat it one more time. What's your favorite man? God saved me out of this one moment.
God saved me out of this one moment. Man, it's been I'm thinking of like an event to where an accident almost happened or something like that, right?
It could be something crazy, like you almost died. You're like, dang, got an angel's over. I got a hedge over me type time. Like, okay. Like God really say, or, it's just you not, I don't know, buying this car and it broke down. So like you. Man, let me think.
Just knowing that, bam, the Most High God got you. So the only thing that I'm thinking of right off the top, I didn't have no. Okay, so I mean, I did have open heart surgery due to a rare medical condition. So, this is a little bit before the truth. So I'm like thinking like, why am I here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't understand why I'm here. So, but
how was that, by the way?
What do you mean?
open heart surgery, going into a surgery that big and knowing that there's an outcome and not coming out?
Well, I mean, they said that it was the condition that I have is a very rare condition. It's not something normal. People don't know it. It's only two people in America they say that have it. So it's very, very rare. It's not something that's normal. It's not like a valve or a I don't know, something that people may think that they may know. It's not. It's only me and another guy. Me and one other guy they said they've only seen have it. Or I've only heard it has it. So but it's not life threatening. So but it can affect my life. The blood circulation of my heart. It did affect it. So they treated it just like a bypass where they took a vein off of my chest cavity and attached it to the top part of my heart to the bottom part of my heart. So that was the best that they had, the best understanding that they had with what they had to work with. I don't know. So
Crazy.
But it wasn't like it was scary for me. But the doctors was ensuring that my family, this is not something that he's young. There shouldn't be any risks. He shouldn't die from this. But it was scary for me though, because I ain't never had no kind of surgery like that though. But yeah, what was that?
Right. Mine is not technically So I don't know if y'all know, but these Edomites that go to college campuses, they go to like universities, they have PhDs in the law system, medical, they got degrees on top of degrees. Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, all these things. So I was watching like a video or just videos of like, where they confounding everybody. It's like they're unstoppable. And I was into that doctrine so much. And now when I look at that stuff, I'm like, dang, Most High God saved me out of that hole. Cause man, I used to thought those guys was invincible. Ben Shapiro, that Jewish devil, I used to think that nobody could take him down. Now I'm like, nigga, let me meet him, bro. Because you see that their points that you thought were invincible, the Bible just cuts out of nowhere. Just like, the Bible cuts so easily. Like just everywhere you go, you can just pick Genesis, you can cut them, you can go crazy. So I was just thinking, you know what I'm saying, like, man, God saved me out of that one for sure. Of that doctrine hole that everybody, and also those people hate their own people. They be like, they think that the reason why black people are killing themselves is all because of just, we're just stupid and we're monkeys and all that kind of like just crazy self-hatred doctrine. I'm like, I'm glad I'm not a coon that I could have been. So, man, God saved me out of that one.
Dodged the bullet.
Right. Yeah. I can definitely relate. I think everybody coming into the truth can relate to that. Feeling like they definitely dodged the bullet when it comes to knowing the road that they was going down wasn't a good one. It was either even if it was something as simple as magic, performing magician's tricks. That's a witchcraft type of. As innocent it might seem, it's not innocent when it comes to the Most High God. So I know. So I think we all kind of experienced something to that nature of being saved out of the ignorance that we was once in. Mm-hmm. So that's a good one. Oh, you got something?
What save ye?
There's a few. There's a couple that's kind of embarrassing. I won't. Here's one. Okay, speaking of dodging bullets, it was a time. That I had about 15 police officers with guns drawn on me. And a couple of those guns were AR-15s. And I actually kind of thought back on it like, damn, after all these accounts and incidents of, we know what happens to us, in the street. I kind of thought back on that because this was before it was just rampant. This was years ago. And I dodged the bullet. Like, I saw, I mean, it's a lot of details to the story, but long story short, they had me walking towards them, and they had the guns drawn. AR-15s, pistols all around.
Dang.
I look, it's like about 5 police cars here, and then I see about maybe 10 more coming this way. I'm like, damn. I said, damn, I hope I don't make the news. I said, damn, AR-15? Like, what's good? I said, damn, I hope I don't make the news. He said, you might. I'm like, damn, y'all.
No, I thought we was talking about In the Truth.
You said In the Truth?
I mean,
You
hey,
saying
that
anytime?
worked.
Oh.
Because I got a bunch of
anytime,
them. I mean, how much
anytime.
time y'all got? You know what I'm
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
How much time do we got on Iron Council? I mean, I don't know.
That definitely was not.
You wanna say another story?
I mean, I'll leave it for another time.
All right. Before this chat get out of hand, let's see. Yeshua 777 says, I dreamed of chariots flying across my yard in the sky in groups of 4. 4. It might have been 4. I said 3 or 4. Like,
You said 3.
It was at least 3. It could have been 4.
Dang.
Taz Yah just put a good one. He said I was in Afghanistan, contract with military. I developed sleep deprivation, and 2 weeks later, my very spot I used to stand blew up. It killed the Persian replacement. I got fired 2 weeks prior. All
That's
praise
crazy.
to the Most High. Yeah,
That's crazy stuff.
That's
All praise for all the brothers that got free from that military band.
Right. I say we're done with the questions. If you got another one.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Go
ahead.
So like, I want to get this account. We going into mighty accounts. I don't want to ignore this one from Egypt to Israel.
God.
He mentioned Samuel as an underrated because he was surgical with that sword. So 1 Samuel 15, we'll start at 32. It says, Then said Samuel, Bring ye hither to me Agag, the king of the Amalekites. And Agag came unto him delicately, and Agag said, Surely the bitterness of death is past. And Samuel said, As thy sword hath made women childless, so shall thy mother be childless among women. And Samuel hewed Agag in pieces before the Lord in Gilgal.
That's gangster.
That sounds like something on Power or
right.
BMF. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a line from one of them movies, one of them series. He said, just like your sword made women childless, your mama gonna be childless too. And he hewed him he hewed him in pieces. That's shooting somebody. That's easy. Shooting somebody from a distance.
Right.
Man, what does it take? He hewed him to pieces with a sword. A lot of people ain't got that in them. Like that. You can shoot somebody, can you?
Saul had the dog in him.
Samuel, we didn't read.
Samuel.
We didn't read that in Sunday school.
Right.
We didn't read that in Sunday school.
Right. I've seen some videos that's I don't even want to speak about, but bro, cutting up stuff. Real people, bro. That takes a special individual, man. That's not a normal task, especially for us in our days, man. You know, like in the native community, or at least back in the day, and I'm only speaking off of what I do know, there was a certain honor that they gave a warrior for actually using a knife to kill an animal because of how close they got. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's blood, there's bow and arrow. Bow and arrow or a gun does use skill, but you're not up close and personal on it. So you can kind of stomach it a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting in there grimy and getting down dirty in there. So yeah, that's
And Samuel is a true man of the Lord, Mike.
God, that's right. So. That is right. So we want to go into a commercial and then we'll come back and get into the other topics.
Yeah, I think that works.
God.
Ask you a question.
Fire away.
I understand why the Negroes are really angry because the cops killed that kid. But why the fuck do you burn your own neighborhoods down?
We don't own the neighborhoods. White folks do.
Stealing, looting, doesn't reflect very well on your people.
We steal. You, me, the 5 families. The American Mafia was founded because Italians couldn't even get a fair shake in this country, let alone how can a Negro?
Enough history lessons, yeah?
Is there anything that white men can do, individual white men can do, is there anything individual white men can do to please their God and not suffer wrath?
Okay, the answer to that question is no, and I'm going to show you why. The answer is no, and I'm going to show you why.
Well, then my question is...
Well, you already. Let me answer that question.
If there's no way that I can...
Hold up. See, let me answer the question. Okay.
There's no way that I can please my God. What should keep me then from nuking all of you? Because we do have the nukes. Why don't we just take our armies now and our nukes? We're in charge and kill everybody.
Listen, that's what the so-called white man's doing. He's practicing genocide on our people.
No, we're doing it too slow. I mean, we can do it much quicker. We have the technology.
They are doing it quicker.
Why don't we do it?
Listen,
I mean, what's to keep me from doing it?
Nothing. Christ is keeping
if I have
me
no
from doing
hope then from my God, then what's to keep me
You
from
should
doing
go out
it?
there and rob a bank, get you a bunch of credit cards and spend them up. Go out there, kill your mother, kill your father. Go on a mass
not my mother and
murder
father,
spree.
but just black folks and Israelites and
then
stuff.
go, because if they die, the most
I mean, that's the hope you're giving.
All of Israel will be. Romans 11:26 says all of Israel will be saved. What does that verse mean?
Well, all Israel will be saved. That's in the future. There will be the salvation of the nation Israel. Paul basically in Romans 11 is saying that the gifts and callings of God are not repented of. God doesn't change his mind. And in the Old Testament, he promised salvation to Israel. In the New Covenant, Jeremiah 31, Ezekiel 36. So God made a promise in the future to fulfill the Davidic covenant, fulfill the Abrahamic promise with the nation Israel. Even after they killed the Messiah, you remember in the early part of the book of Acts, Peter gets up and identifies what they had just done, but says, you are still the people of God. God has a plan for the future salvation of Israel because his gifts and callings are not subject to repentance. That doesn't mean that all Jews through all of human history will be saved. It means that there will be a time in the future when the nation Israel believes and is saved. And that is described in detail in the book of Zechariah, when they look on the one they've pierced, mourn for him as an only son, and a fountain of forgiveness and blessing is open to Israel. And then it follows into the kingdom. Isaiah 53 will be the confession of the nation Israel when they are saved. Because what he's prophesying is the future salvation of Israel when they look back and say, he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities, and by his chastening we have shalom with God. So that whole 53rd chapter is a confession of Israel which they will come to by the Spirit of God when they look on the one they've pierced, mourn for him as an only son, and understand what his life and death meant for them. The prophets also say that 2/3 of the Jews will be purged out, but there will be a future salvation of living Jews who make up the nation Israel. And I think it's described in beginning detail in the book of Revelation when you have a revival in the city of Jerusalem.
So
How did God manifest his love toward Jacob? And how did he manifest his hatred toward Esau? If you look at Esau's life, God fulfilled every promise he made regarding Esau. He blessed Esau with wealth, with power. God blessed Esau. So how is it that God's hatred was manifested toward Esau? God never disciplined Esau. He let Esau be Esau. He never intervened in Esau's life. He never worked to make Esau holy. He just cut the rope and let Esau go and live exactly like Esau wanted to live. Now, how did God manifest his love toward Jacob? He beat Jacob every day of his life. He would not allow Jacob to continue on as Jacob. Jacob was the deceiver. But when Jacob became a son, God said, Jacob, it's going to take a while, but I'm going to change you from a deceiver into a prince.
Shalom, shalom. Hey, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button, Baba Kushai. It don't cost nothing. It's totally free. Hit that like button, Baba Kushai.
And tell your friends about it.
And tell your friends. You know what I'm saying? It's all free. Hey,
Mama,
if I could
auntie.
subscribe to every Israelite camp, I would. It don't hurt my account none at all. Let's get into the next topic. Unless y'all brothers got something.
Go ahead, what we got?
What we got? Zion, I'm gonna let you tap into it first, whatever one you want.
There was this controversial figure. Everywhere he went, people challenged him.
The message is stark, arresting, and backed by $100 million. That's how much organizers say is behind this campaign to market Jesus as a patient, loving, inclusive cure for our divisive times. With the tagline, "He gets us." Jason Vanderground.
We're trying to unify the American people around the confounding love and forgiveness of Jesus.
The campaign website is filled with phrases saying Jesus called out the toxic religious and political systems, led the protest against the walls that divide us, and broke the chains that held women in bondage. Merchandise declares Jesus was a refugee and an immigrant. At first blush, it can all read like a stand against radical right-wing politics and related divisiveness. But the campaign pointedly says this is not an attack on anyone. It is an outreach to young Americans whom polls show are abandoning Christianity and other faiths at a historic pace.
A lot of times when people look at Christianity, they see it as much more unfortunate, hypocritical, judgmental, kind of discriminatory.
Add the fact that He Gets Us is funded by anonymous donors acting through a Kansas nonprofit linked to staunchly conservative causes, and it raises alarms for some skeptics, such as Chrissy Stroop, a former evangelical who now reports on religion.
I believe the He Gets Us campaign is a PR effort and website strategically developed by right-wing evangelicals to rope people in with inclusive-sounding messaging and get them plugged into.
So this is a $1 million campaign that they're gonna push during the Super Bowl, right? So they're gonna be promoting Jesus' teachings during the Super Bowl, and it's a campaign that you heard what he said. You might have picked up on it, you might not have. But he talked about the bondage of women. They talked about the bondage of women and the teachings of Jesus, right? Which we know they don't teach the teachings of Jesus. So I got a few precepts that I want to bring out. This is John chapter 7 and verse 38. It says, "He that believeth on me, as the scriptures hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water." This is something that they don't do. And this is why they don't have living water flowing out of them. They don't even know really what the living water is. So they don't believe on Jesus as the scriptures have said. They promote a white Jesus, a white European Jesus that's not even found in the scriptures. They promote something that is not in the scriptures. That is a demon. That's actually a demon, right? That's not in the scriptures. That's not according to the Most High God. That's not what his son looks like. So they're trying to push this $1 million campaign promotion during the Super Bowl to tell people who the real Jesus is. Why are they doing that? Because the Israelites are out there teaching who the real Jesus is. We're not going back now. Hey, y'all brothers and sisters, tune in to Sons of Jacob Tulsa. Y'all gonna see the video that we had, the camp that we had just today. That a brother, he seemed a little bit knowledgeable of the truth, but you can tell that he was really going off of his feelings and how he felt and what he think. I don't think, well, this is how I feel. And whenever we come across somebody like that, when it's somebody like that thinking and feeling a lot, and they're not pulling scriptures, they're leaning on their own understanding. That's a rule. That's a one-on-one rule. That's actually a rule that's not even discussed. We don't even discuss that amongst each other. We just see what the Bible says, and we can discern who we're dealing with, right? So you got to believe on Christ as the scriptures have said. So when they're promoting this white Jesus during the Super Bowl, you know what the real Jesus looks like. Did you have something?
Precept quick.
Can you get that Revelations 1:13?
Just going to what you're saying. 1 John 5 verse 10. It says, "He that believeth on the Son of God hath the witness in himself. He that believeth not God hath made him a liar, because he believeth not the record that God gave of his Son. So the record is important. There is a record of Christ, his actions, his appearance, and it's important. If you don't believe that record, you make God a liar.
That's very true. Let's get that account with Christ, because, like I said, this $1 million campaign. Now, I want to see if they're going to be pushing this Jesus. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 13. Revelation 1 and 13. In the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Now, anybody that's ever read Revelations or the Bible know that this is Christ. Go ahead.
And girt about the paths with a golden girdle. His head and his hair were white like wool.
So this is the characteristics. This is what Christ is going to look like, or should look like, who they are promoting during Super Bowl, right? During this $1 million Super Bowl campaign, this is what the image they should be pushing. But I bet it's not going to be this image. It says his hair shall be white like wool. Go ahead.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So we know this is a Negroid looking man with black skin, with woolly hair, with white woolly hair, with red eyes, right? So let's see if they're actually going to promote that during Super Bowl, right?
Or if they're going to make God a liar.
Are they going to make God a liar? Because they're not going to believe on the script, Christ, as scriptures have said. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 4. It says, for if he that cometh preaching another Jesus, whom we have not preached, or if ye received another spirit, which ye have not received, or another gospel, which ye have not attempted, ye might well bear with him. So we know that this is what they do. They go out and they teach another Jesus that's not in the Bible. So they're not going to be able to show you the white image of Jesus in the Bible. They're not going to do that. But they're going to push the agenda. They're going to push this image, and they're going to push some kind of love, teaching, and feel-good sermon when it comes to Jesus. They're going to push that, right? Because they're trying to overthrow or overturn what the Most High God has set up when he got these mighty men out there teaching on the highways and byways, right? And another thing that he touched on, this is the last thing I want to touch on because I know it was kind of lengthy, but he talked about the women being in bondage. He said women are in bondage. When women, I don't know. I don't know. I would have to ask a lot of questions. Why would he think women are in bondage? I don't know if that was just biblical or if that's, of this world, because I don't see women in bondage at all. So what you got?
Go ahead. You probably going to say what else.
I was going to go First Peter chapter 3 verse 7. 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 7, it says, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. Give honor unto the women, unto the wife, as unto the weaker vessel, and being heirs together. So women are heirs together. They are receiving a treasure with their husbands. They are receiving a reward with their husbands. So to say that they're in bondage, right? So what are they reading? I don't know what they're reading to tell the women that they're going to be in bondage or they are in bondage. I don't know what they're reading, right? But they are heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Man, I was thinking of some other scriptures too. Zion, you in Revelation still?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get Revelations 11 and 8.
This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. Mm-hmm. It's Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And it says, Revelation chapter 11, verse 8, and it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
And this is exactly what they're doing. They're crucifying our Lord. So I meant to bring that out earlier. So Salakia, I meant to bring that out earlier when I'm talking about Christ and believing on him, as the scriptures have said. But we know what this place is, and we know what this place is about. This place is a spiritual Sodom and Egypt, right? This is spiritual Babylon, where they crucify our Lord. They do it all the time, and they're going to push $1 million to crucify him even more, right? They're going to push $1 million to show you an image that's not in the Bible, right? Or his teachings that he is not solely teaching. Because what Satan likes to do, what these people like to do, is they like to teach you half truths. They'll tell you a part of the truth and then the rest of them lies, just to get you to come in and say, oh yeah, that is in the Bible. But then you don't get to see the other side of the coin, where Christ rebuked those that he loved, right? It says open rebuke is better than secret love. So if you're getting rebuked, that is the love of God, right? You're getting corrected. You're getting made to be made perfect, right? Let me get this last scripture. Let me get Luke chapter 11 and verse 27. Luke chapter 11 and verse 27, and read down to 28, Baba Kushar. Luke chapter 11 and verse 27.
This is Luke chapter 11, verse 27. This is Luke chapter 7, verse 11, verse 27. This is Luke chapter 11, verse 27. And it came to pass, as he spake these things, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him, Blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps which thou hast sucked.
So she's saying, blessed is the womb that bare thee. Does that sound like bondage of women? Where she's saying, blessed is the womb that bare thee? That's not a bondage for women, right? That's not something that women should run away from. So I don't know what this is. I don't know what their agenda is. I mean, I know what their agenda is. It's to deceive the people. But I mean, they're gonna go a horrible way about it, right? Did you have something?
No, we gonna have to. We're probably going to have to get this commercial and dissect it once we get out there.
Con. So we always gotta be aware of the wiles of the devil, and always know what kind of tactics he uses to try to make our people afraid and just confuse them, right? So we got to be aware of these things, man. But let's get to the next one, Baba Kushar.
Oh my God! You don't have a dialogue, an internal monologue in your head?
No. Wait, I'm confused. Why would you?
So you can't talk to yourself in your head. How did I not know this? I've been with you for 5 years.
You talk to yourself?
Yeah, I talk to myself in my head. So you don't have an internal monologue.
Found out that not everyone has an internal monologue. So what I mean by that is, like, they can't hear their thoughts.
Is that you?
I don't understand.
Is that you?
If they physically wanted to say something in their head, they'd have to say it out loud.
Yeah.
Like, they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You watch anime, like half the characters are fucking talking about like the next 5 steps in their battle plan of how
because that's to let the audience know what's happening.
No, that's supposed to be what's going on in his head.
I don't know what's happening.
Alright guys, this whole video is just about the fact that Gene does not have an internal monologue.
I'm so confused.
I could look at myself in the mirror, talk in my head without opening my mouth. You physically can't do that.
No.
And what would happen if you tried to do that?
Like, so let me ask you now, like, if I said to have an internal monologue, say hello to whatever freaking crazy person's in your head right now.
Yeah.
You can hear that person say hello.
Yeah.
That's creepier.
Why? That's normal, G. You're the weird one. So, wait, you can't replay songs in your head then?
I have to physically sing it.
It makes sense now why you're always making noises all the time.
Yeah, because I have to say it out loud. When you try to make me do that, my brain just comes up blank, which is weird.
So your head is just silence, just nothing.
Yeah,
just empty head, no thoughts, huh?
Requested question was how do you read? Like, when I read, I could...
How do I read?
Yeah, how do you read?
It's just words.
It's just words? What do you mean? Because when I read books, I hear myself talking the words out.
That's creepier. When I read books, it's quiet. I'm reading the description right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't hear a single thing. Oh my god. You know what's funny is that we completely derailed from this.
Oh, this is way more interesting
Yeah,
than
this
whatever
is
the hell we
really
were talking
interesting.
about.
I thought people were like me. No, you're weird.
No,
Can
you're
you look up a
weird,
statistic? C is 30.
Wait.
You're the minority.
Wait, no.
I'm
Hold on.
the normal one.
No.
Yes.
No, you guys all have an inner monologue, right? That's normal. You have an inner monologue. Yeah, sometimes I'll have an idea, like, while people are talking, and then I'll start conversing with myself, and then it sucks, because I'm like, oh shit, then what were you guys talking about?
That makes so much sense for why I think you're ignoring me.
I'm talking to myself.
But you're not, but you're talking to yourself. That tangent was like 30 minutes long.
Hey, that's just I'm gonna use that as a little fun clip. So y'all let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all have an internal monologue, meaning y'all can hear your voice inside your head. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't have that. And then we're gonna have some other videos to further explain, because I didn't notice just until recently. And we're gonna show a little bit more people that actually, did you notice?
No, I did not.
This is crazy. This is, to me, I think to everybody, it's like, what? Like, you don't, it's either they have a internal monologue, or they see images, or I think something about feelings or something. I can't remember, but we got other videos that's going to explain. I think there's 5 different types of thinking, I believe. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but this is some crazy stuff, man. This is new stuff.
When somebody say that little voice in your head, you probably like, what the hell are they talking about?
Right, what does that mean? Right. I'm not going to bring out scriptures like I thought I was going to. I had prepared some scriptures that I wanted to get into, because I brought these videos out to the brothers that didn't know, and but so I didn't want to offend nobody. I don't want to offend no Israelites, because come to find out, there's more different types of people that think differently or have an internal either an image or a feeling. So let's hit the next video.
I literally can't stop thinking about how some people literally have a voice inside of their head. I don't have an inner monologue, and I literally cannot see anything in my mind's eye. If you told me to think of an apple right now and I closed my eyes, I literally would quite literally see blackness. When I read a book, the words just somehow, I just comprehend them, but there's no voice. When I'm thinking of a memory, like, I literally can't see it, I don't know how, I just remember it. And I honestly didn't know that anyone could think in a different way until like a year ago. Like, I literally thought the voice in your head thing was like just on TV. And I don't think I've ever met anyone that is in the same boat as me. So if you can relate, please comment below so I don't feel like a freak.
Right. So read that for me.
What is it like not having an internal monologue? The lack of an inner monologue has been linked to a condition called aphantasia, sometimes called blindness of the mind's eye. People who experience aphantasia don't experience aphantasia.
That's what I was trying to tell him, bro.
Aphantasia don't experience visualization in their mind. They can't mentally picture their bedroom or their mother's face.
Wow.
That is different. Hey, can you bring up the other slide too? Okay, go ahead.
How many people don't have an inner monologue? According to Russell Hurlburt, a psychology professor of the University of Nevada, 30 to 50% of people have an internal monologue, which leaves 50 to 70% without one.
That is huge, bro.
That's a lot.
That is crazy. There's a lot of people that can't see their mother's face. I didn't know this. Look, I don't want to offend an Israelite that may have this thing going on. I don't want to bring it. I mean, unless you got something, I'm just saying, because I didn't think about that until just now. Like I said, I had scriptures prepared, but I didn't want to.
He's calling y'all weird.
Is it possible for an Israelite to have this condition?
Man, that's the question.
I got a precept.
I got some precepts, bro. I got some precepts, but I don't want to bring. Go ahead, though.
Okay, bring.
I'm good.
We might be touching on the same thing.
No, you go ahead.
All right. This is Joshua 1 verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
A classic.
Yeah.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. How do you meditate on the book of the law without an internal monologue?
That's
How
a
do
good
you?
question. Okay, so keep that question in mind. We got some more videos.
So you're telling me that you think visually, like there's pictures and stuff? Yeah. So you're telling me you think verbally, like you're just thinking as fast as you talk? Yeah. What are you guys talking about? Do you think like visually, like there's pictures in your head, or just verbally, like you're just talking to yourself? Both. Really? Yeah, like there's the gameplay footage and then there's like 40 narrators talking all at the same time. Wait, you're dyslexic though. You don't count. What? Why? Because dyslexics can render a perfect three-dimensional model of any object they look at only using their imagination. Yeah, fair enough. Wait, hold on, I'm sorry. What? Oh, yeah, I learn, visualize, and think three-dimensionally. Whoa. Yeah, but it's also the reason why I mix up my letters like my P's and my B's. Oh, because your 3D brain flips them around. Yeah, blessing and a curse. Okay, so back to this. You're telling me you think in pictures.
So, I think everybody knows that I have dyslexia. I could even, you know what I'm saying, reading is complicated. It's complicated sometimes. So, I got a question for you, because I don't think you dyslexic. So, I ask you the question: are you dyslexic?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think I.
So, can you when you envision something, what does it look like to you?
It looked like whatever.
Okay, so you can see a picture. Can you see a 3D image of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Look. So when you say 3D photo, it's like, okay, so a lot of people can probably relate to this. It's like you can't, like, you know how you see, when we say see, it's like, yeah, I can see it, but I can't, like, see it. And that's all the wisdom I got.
What you saying, bro?
Can you like see it in your head? Like,
No, like, for example, picture I don't know, picture a Bible, your Bible, right? You see it, picture your Bible on your counter, right? You see it. But it's not like as you guys see the camera right now, like my phone. It's not that vivid, but you can see, like, I can think of a chessboard right now. I can. But can I see it, like, it's kind of like faded a little bit. It's not like, you know, light reflecting all perfect.
Okay, I have a question then.
Yeah.
Can you make it vivid?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's kind of like it's in the back of your mind, I think.
Okay, because the thing was that dyslexic people can have a 3D image. They can do those things. It doesn't mean that they always do, but that they can. They have that ability to do it.
Well, maybe some man's vivid is different from my vivid. You know what I'm saying? I heard that schizophrenic people can do mathematical equations good because they can actually see the board in real life. So, take what you will. The power of the mind is insane. And also, what was it, Wisdom of Solomon? That the Lord put where they were freaking out. They couldn't see. They was hearing all these noise, but it was all in their head.
Right.
So, whew, man, there's deep to it. Because I think if you train your mind, you can physically. Because they say, like, your pain threshold can change how hard you meditate on it. Like, you can convince your body that it's not hurt. Something like that. It's some crazy stuff. So.
All right. Yeah.
It was you said something about math equations that reminded me of. This was years ago. It was a coworker, an Edomite, and he was talking about meth. He said, "Don't do it, man." He said, "Don't do it because you'll love it." He said, he said it just opens your mind. He said, "Math, like I never liked math, but on meth,
Man, that's just,
it
man.
just opens your mind. Like I can do anything."
Bro, people were saying they see God when they did these crazy mushrooms and stuff. Like they say you can never go back. I'm enlightened, so man. Have y'all ever hallucinated? I've never.
No.
That must be scary though. I guess people see people that aren't
like
there.
on drugs or something.
Yeah.
Some kind of, I don't know, psychedelic.
I've hallucinated from sleep deprivation.
Dang.
Okay, I can say that too. I can say that too. But other than that, I mean, it wasn't nothing that was
nothing crazy.
It wasn't nothing crazy.
Like, you know when you walk by a building, you think you see a black figure, and you when you're 9 years old.
That might not have been a hallucination.
I know that might. Bro, it's crazy out here.
All right. So yeah, man, that's some crazy stuff. I think we got one more video. Let's go ahead and touch on that. We ain't got no more videos. Bro,
nope.
Look on the thing, bro. This is a good topic, bro. I mean, a lot of people ain't never heard nothing about that.
So you're telling me that you...
I literally can't stop
Oh
me.
my god. You don't have a diamond?
Oh man.
Those all the videos you sent.
Oh man.
That yeah, that's new to me. Like I can't imagine not imagining.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
and people that don't imagine can't imagine.
I feel like that would be almost torture.
But that's like what is meditation of the scripture? Like they in your mind, right? You're thinking about the script, like so those people, can they not
think on the scriptures?
Yeah,
that's a good question. Can they not think on the scriptures? I don't know, man.
Hold on. I got a picture. This goes perfectly what we're talking about. If I can find it right quick. I could just put this in here like, shoot. Let's do this. See if I can add it in here. Yeah, let's see. So, we're talking about perspectives, right? Yeah, let's see if I can pull this up right quick. Okay. Let me zoom in on this. All right, so
it's ready, brother.
My bad. Here we go. So, I feel like it's
What would you got? Something?
We didn't have audio the whole
wasn't
time.
audio.
No, there was no audio.
Snap, man. Hey, y'all missed out. Hey, y'all just gonna have to come back. You know what I'm saying? IT. Can they hear us now?
Yeah, they can hear us now.
I'm like, what the hell is that?
Right. What's happening? What's going on? So basically, what he was showing us was an image. I mean, he did this great breakdown. Y'all had to be there of this picture that he said he had learned about. How you see the people at the bottom. I was trying to focus in on the bottom of the picture. There's people sitting in the bottom in the darkness, looking at these shadowy figures, right? And then you have the people in the middle, which are holding these holding these what'd you call them? Statues or pipes or whatever. So everybody has a different perspective, right? You got people that are in the cave looking at each thing. They're seeing the fire. They're seeing those things, those images, the tree-like symbol,
right?
And the light is casting a shadow on the wall. So they're seeing those people that are at the entrance of the cave are seeing those things, but the people at the top, they actually can see the real life, like, you know, the actual birds, the actual trees, the actual pottery. So he was saying something about how the perspective of a person. Right? Did I say that right?
Yeah, basically.
This is my first time hearing it, so I did the best I could. I don't know. But yeah. That's all interesting, man. I mean, hey, everybody is not the same.
Right.
Right? Everybody is not the same. There's different levels to different things on everything. Some people have a better imagination. Some people don't. Right? They might only see shadowy figures. And they might not hear their own voice. So, hey, if you didn't know, now you know. You just learned something. Because I didn't know until like a week ago. Brothers didn't know that until just today, right? So, hey, interesting stuff, man. We all learning. What else we got, though? What we got for the people?
Any questions?
We got any questions, comments, or concerns? We got anything in the chat? Brothers want to talk about, touch on what we got. If not, did you have a piece that you wanted to touch on? Or how was you feeling? Hold
on. Let me meditate on that.
Okay. That's cool. Shoot, if not, man, we can go ahead and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we give a few in the chat.
Yeah, we give a few mementos, you know what I'm saying? Again, man, we appreciate y'all, man. Hit that like button. I see y'all already did it. All praises to the Most High. Thank y'all, man, for supporting the Iron Council Ministry podcast. Lord willing, it's going to get better and better.
You know what?
Better.
We might as well ask them. We like criticism, constructive criticism. Rate this podcast. What do y'all think this was? You think this was a interesting topic?
That's a good one.
Do you want 0 or 10? 0 being the worst, 10 being the best. What would y'all rate this podcast?
So this is podcast. This is episode 13. So it's kind of like a tradition. Every time we get off of the podcast, we like, hey, from 1 to 10, what y'all think that podcast was like? You know what I'm saying? So we kind of give it. We rated our own. I think the last one. What did we give it? Be honest, brothers.
5.
We gave it like a 5
out of 10.
5.1. But I mean, honestly, you see some podcasts out there, they got hundreds and thousands of views, and I promise you, they're not as good as. I'm like, man, I'm not even trying to boast. Like, bro, they podcast is horrible, bro, and they got hundreds and thousands of views. I'm like, that is crazy. I mean, at least you get to learn about the word while you're looking at some videos like over here. So, man, hey,
I think we over here trying to actually learn the concept of a podcast, like what
for real,
what a podcast is.
Right. We rookies over here. So, yeah,
anything y'all would like to see in the future, or any topics, anything like that, because we do it for y'all. So
anything. I think did we touch on Illuminati? I don't know if we touched on that. We touched on conspiracy theories. We touched on, what dinosaurs. What's his name?
David Goggins.
No, we didn't touch on that. We touched on what's the not Megalodon, Leviathan.
Mm-hmm.
We touched on quite a bit of stuff.
Esau's Science of the Most High Truth.
Esau's Science.
That's one of my favorite ones.
We also interviewed every mighty brother that's in SOJ.
Hey, you know what we didn't do? We didn't interview. Actually, we did interview us, huh? I think it was, yeah. Yeah, when we got back, I think the next day, the next podcast, we interviewed each other. Or I interviewed y'all pretty much. I just asked y'all the same questions, kind of. It might not have been in detail. It was kind of brief. But maybe that's something we can do. I mean, people are always kind of learning a little bit about us. Every podcast, like, this brother, gangster, he got all kinds of guns and machine.
Oh, yeah.
He got shot. You know what I'm saying? Zion or Ferret. You know what I'm saying?
Brother.
Strong. I misunderstood Ferret.
I thought it was going to be something good.
What you got? You know what I'm saying? I'm a bear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Hey, from Egypt to Israel said the 12 fellas.
Woo!
That's a hefty.
This brother want a lesson. God. I mean, it's something we could probably talk about.
Yeah, we could talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it. We try to break it down entertainingly.
What's
Podcast.
Euphrates River.
Mm.
How to overcome wicked thoughts.
Right.
I like that one.
Shot 777. He said, "I learned something every time I tune in." All praises.
God, all praises, man. God. Hey, so we appreciate y'all, man. Shoot in the comments, taking your time with us. We know it's late or early, however you look at it. And with that, did you have something else? We're going to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Hashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.
Only beats.